back to another edition of the Average Joe News Co. Today we'll be covering a story where a woman died, came back to life, and still got a parking ticket, as well as another story where $10 million worth of gold bars and coins were found in the basement of a former brewery location in Belgium. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go.
Our first story today, a 54-year-old Auckland, New Zealand woman collapsed in the car park of a New World supermarket in Orewa on July 26th. A stranger checked her, couldn't find a pulse, and immediately began chest compressions. The CPR worked, the woman regained a pulse before an ambulance arrived and was taken for medical treatment. Because her car remained in the supermarket lot during the emergency, it was parked there for 341 minutes, well beyond the permitted 90 minutes. A few days later, she received an $80 parking breach notice. Her family appealed and explained that the overstay only happened because she had suffered a cardiac emergency and had effectively been resuscitated in the parking lot. The parking lot company initially upheld the ticket, then reduced it to $30.
Die? How do you kill what's already dead?
Rather than canceling it completely. The company later apologized over the situation. I would be so angry. Yeah, this is clearly an automated parking ticket situation and eventually it got reduced. But if I was ascending to the heavens only to be resurrected and given a beefy parking ticket, I'd absolutely lose my mind. Parking tickets are bad enough, and it's a horrible feeling to return to your car with a little paper slip saying that you're now on the hook for $80 to $100. Now imagine you're dead. Your heart has been shocked back to life, and what do you get? An $80 fine for dying in an inconvenient place.
Somebody get these beggars out of here!
Someone needed to get milk and could have parked where you died, and we want to disincentivize dying on our property, so 90-minute limit or else is probably something along the lines of what the parking company's contract says. In all seriousness, this was an unintended consequence of a fair penalty system to keep people from crowding the lot. The fact that they eventually reduced the ticket means that they tried to do something, but it just seems crazy that they didn't just completely cancel it altogether. Just remember, dying is often not sufficient to wipe away your debts, and apparently sometimes it's also not enough to prevent new ones from being added. Okay, on to our second story today. Construction workers were renovating a building in Dendermonde, Belgium, and discovered a huge stash of gold hidden in a cellar while working on the sewer system. The gold had been concealed inside or behind a cellar wall at a property once connected to a wealthy brewing family. The haul contained 49 gold bars and thousands of gold coins and is estimated to be worth about $10.4 million. An 18-year-old summer worker was among the first to find the treasure and initially thought some of the coins looked like ordinary €1 coins. The workers reported the find rather than keeping it, and the gold was moved to a secure government facility. Authorities are investigating where the gold came from and who legally owns it. Under Belgian law, potential rightful owners have 5 years to make a claim. If nobody successfully claims it, though, the treasure could ultimately be divided between the property owner and the finders. The building is owned by CAW Oostvenderlin, a social welfare organization which hopes the money could eventually support its charitable work if it receives a share. What sort of future bank robbery movie script did we just stumble on here?
One.
A crew of precious metal thieves clear out the local fortress only to hide the haul back at their rendezvous point, the local brewery, of course. I really hope this wasn't some sort of wealth evasion tactic or something more boring for an explanation. The best wrinkle of this story is the law that says that the founder/owner gets to split the treasure if no one can claim it. I think we're mostly rooting for the construction worker who turned this in, and even the property owner on the basis that they're a social welfare charity that could use this money for some good causes. The lesson on this is always check the basement. You never know whether you'll find $10 million in gold bars or perhaps just the disembodied spirit of the property's previous owner.
Am I talking to a ghost?
Yeah.
Moving on to sports, we have the NFC North. We'll keep it quick today. I have the Detroit Lions with 11 wins, winning the division. I think they have a good offense, an easy schedule. Their offensive line and secondary are the question marks, but I think they'll have a good year and surprise some people by taking this division. In second place, I have the Packers at 9 wins. They have a good receiving core. Jordan Love is hot and cold. A lot of good caliber players. They did lose a good amount of people on defense this year, so I think they're going to be a wild card team at 9 wins. Up next, we have the Chicago Bears at 8 wins. I don't think Caleb Williams is as good as last season made him seem. There were a ton of one-score games that they managed to win, and I just don't think that that kind of luck can carry over to this season. The defense doesn't seem that strong, and I'm expecting the Bears to have a regression this year. Finally, we have the Minnesota Vikings at 6 wins. I think this QB situation is just bad. I don't trust that Kyler Murray is going to have a resurgence as the quarterback here. It's a tough division with them playing Detroit, Green Bay, and Chicago 3 times. I just don't see them getting more than a couple of wins. That's the NFC North. That's been another edition of the Average Joe News Co. Thanks for checking us out as always. There will not be 2 more episodes this week. I am traveling once again, but we will be back again next week with a fresh set of 4 episodes for you. Hit the music.